Hello, hello, hello. How lovely to be here. I will, as always, just give you a few minutes to make sure that this works. That's annoying, isn't it, when you can hear me twice? Uh, there we go. Just mute that, otherwise you get to hear me twice, and hearing me once is bad enough, let's face it. So, how lovely to be here. It is nearly the end of September. I can't believe it's nearly the end of September. It seems to have gone far too quickly, actually. Although I was away for the first 2 weeks of September on holiday, so I think that's made it go a bit more quickly this time. But yeah, we are feeling a little more. Oh, I'm very wobbly, aren't I? Never mind. I'll have to sit really still. The camera must be quite wobbly where it is. I'll work on that. Okay, and then you don't get seasick while you're watching. I was going to say it's definitely felt a bit more autumny here today. It's a bit colder, a bit damper, but we've still had some sunshine, so I can't really complain too much. So I am going to just give a couple of minutes and wait for anyone to turn up, although I know that many people are wanting to come and do this later on. And the whole point of doing the it's not really a challenge. The whole point was it's not challenging. It's supposed to be very straightforward and very simple. So the whole strategy, the whole 3 days, the whole point is that you can access this in whatever way works best for your brain. So if that means that you just want to do the prompts on your own in the morning, maybe you just want to sit with a cup of coffee and literally just make notes, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to work through the ChatGPT prompts that I send out in the morning, absolutely brilliant, do that. If you find the accountability of coming on here and doing it, or watching this on replay and working through kind of in real time, if that works for you as well, then that's also great. So whichever works for you the best is absolutely fine with me. I don't mind at all. If you do come and watch on here, it would really help me to just put a little hashtag replay so that I know that people have come on, and then in the future it just helps me work out what's the most useful for the most number of people. So that would be good. If you need me for anything, if there's anything I can help with, my email is jill@theneurospicyhub.com. So that's jill@theneurospicyhub.com. I don't know if I have that one out. No, I haven't. But it's very easy to find. So if I can help, it's also, you can just hit reply on any of the emails that come out each day. So I think because people are going to want to come back and are going to want to watch this through and work alongside it, I'm going to kick off fairly soon. For those of you who I've worked with regularly, you will notice I am in a different place. I have moved. I am in a different study. It's still in the process of being more lived in by me. I will be sorting out the pictures on the wall, but at the moment, if I take the pictures of Lou down, it just takes the paint off as well. So I will work on that. As always, I have artwork behind me, which I absolutely love seeing. So we will see. You will see the I don't remember the word. Evolution. That's the word. Oh, if nobody's on to help me with my words tonight, this is going to be interesting because I'm fairly hopeless. Okay, I am going to start. I'm going to kick off and we will go from there. If you join as I'm talking, or if you're watching later, just shout and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. The whole idea of this session is that I will be working alongside you. So these sessions, tonight, tomorrow night and Wednesday, there will be a little bit of me blabbing at you to start with, a little bit of chat, and I've got a few slides to go through and give us things to hang on. And then I was going to say the second half, but more than half of it, the greater focus of it, if you like, will be as a co-working session. So if it helps you to have somebody working along, if it helps you to body double with somebody while they're working, this is perfect for you. And you can work along and do that as well. We will be using the ChatGPT prompts. I use ChatGPT a lot and have a paid option on it because I use it for all sorts of things. I find it really helps to focus my brain, but also to kind of box up things in my brain. And when my brain goes, oh, what about this and this and this and this and this, it can help me to just focus down and stop the chatter in my head slightly. So I use it quite a lot. If you only have the free version, that's absolutely fine. If you want to sign up for the free version just to do this, you can do. What you might find is that as you're using it, it will say eventually you've used up your allotted minutes for today. If that's the case, then, in fact, I don't think it's for today. I think it's for a certain number of hours. So if that's the case, just leave it, go away, do something else, come back and you can carry on where you left off. The other thing to say as far as ChatGPT goes is each night I will be putting this into the same chat. So I'll be starting a new conversation tonight with ChatGPT to work this out, and then each night I'll be going back to the same one and adding on to it. Okay, it will just help ChatGPT to be able to build on what we're doing as we go along. So that's a little bit about that. If you don't want to use AI at all, that's of course absolutely fine. That's your prerogative. And they came out this morning. There are some printables that you can use. You can either print them off and scribble on them, or you can use them on something like GoodNotes, or you can just use them as prompts and you can scribble in a notebook. Either or any of those work absolutely fine. So you can do it kind of old school as well if you would rather do that. All right. The other thing about ChatGPT, it's like all the houseworking stuff, isn't it, to start with, all the housework, is that with the prompt that came out today, and it's with all of them all week in case you've not used it before, there is a separate sheet that is alongside it. So if you've only seen that first page with the prompts on, if you scroll down, there is another page that just gives you some top tips about how to use it and how to keep your stuff private if that's something that you have a bit of a worry about. Okay, right. Say hi if you arrive, say hi if you're here, and I'd love to see you. And let's get going, shall we? Let's actually get started. So, last year, I got to the end of the year. I had a busy year last year. There were lots of things happening last year. One of the main things in our household was that my daughter went to university. So she disappeared off in September. And that, if anybody's been through that, knows it's a massive change. It's a big change, especially because my daughter has ADHD and high functioning autism and dyslexia. So has had lots of support over the time. And I've been there and I've hopefully helped her with managing life as well as education. And I'm really glad to say that she's absolutely flourishing at uni, which is fab. But from my point of view, it meant that it came to September and suddenly the house was much quieter. There wasn't someone to take to college on the days when the trains weren't running, and to help with things when they were struggling, and to make sure things were happening. I also lost my mum 2 years ago, and I'd been a carer for her. So that had also obviously stopped. And I then had to go through nearly a year of emptying the house and probate and all of those things. So by the time Lou left home, it was a massive shift. And suddenly I had time and I didn't really know what to do with it. And to be honest, I was a bit overwhelmed. There were so many things I wanted to do, so much I wanted to have a go at, so many things in my business that I thought, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I want to do this. And I'm sure you know what it's like when your brain's firing and you just want to do everything all at once. By the time I got to the end of September, I didn't know which way was up. I was going a little bit gaga. And this is what I created for myself. This is the bones of what I created that I did for me last year. I've gone away this year and I've looked at it again, and I've kind of titivated a little bit, and I've tidied a few things up, and I've streamlined a few things and made things even better. But this is essentially what I did for me last year, and it worked really well, I have to say. I had the most successful Q4 in my business that I've ever had since I started my businesses. But also, I wasn't overwhelmed, and I wasn't mad and manic and trying to fit everything in. Yes, there were days when there was lots going on. Yes, there were times when it was really, really busy. But I felt like I was more in control, and I could look after the house, and I could sort out the family, and I could look after friends who were poorly at the time. And all those things all fitted and gelled. So that's where this has come from this year. So this year I thought, I'm going to do it again because it really helped me. It really worked for me. Why don't I just share it with everybody else? And if anyone else wants to come along and do the same thing, and if it helps them, brilliant. So that's where we're coming from. So tonight, day one, we're looking at pausing and prioritizing. So tonight we're kind of looking backwards. Okay. So we're just kind of taking stock of where we are this year, because it's very easy to get into that snowball effect, isn't it? And just keep going and keep going. What we want to do is we want calm. So this lady on the left-hand side here is in chaos. She's just like, oh, she's got a Christmas hat on. She's trying to be festive, but actually, oh, she's just looking at her laptop. And we all know, if you are a single person business owner, it's really hard, and it can be really, really lonely as well, can't it? It can be really difficult on your own. And what we want is this cartoon lady with a cup of tea looking very chill. I won't say anything about the fact that one's a photo, one's someone that I made up, but the calm person is a cartoon that's not real, but it can be. We can get there. We can get to that state, okay? And I think it's really important that we have that in the back of our minds. What we're really wanting to do is have calm. Calm is the word that's like the magic word for the 3 months before Christmas. Any other time of the year, 3 months would seem like ages, and we'd have loads to do, and we'd just be into it. Coming up to Christmas, it gets to silly season, doesn't it? And then everything goes a bit, Pete Tong. One thing that I've really noticed this year is what I call the wall of noise. If I've been on social media, if I've been on LinkedIn, there have been lots of people saying, do this, you need to get everything finished for Q4, let's make a plan for Q4. And yes, I get that, but these are some of the quotes that I found. These are absolutely authentic quotes. So starting strong is good, finishing strong is epic. Finish strong. Many will start fast, few will finish strong. Finishing strong is the only respectable way to finish. I don't know who Gary Ryan Blair is. He's some kind of self-proclaimed guru, but he's very into finishing strong. That's one of his things. The winner's often the one who can summon that last push when everyone else is fading. Oh, good grief. I mean, yeah. And stopping at third adds no more to the score than striking out. So if you get 3/4 of the way there, it's just like you didn't hit the ball at all, which I get. I get all of these are supposedly motivational quotes, motivational speakers, people who are wanting you to go for it and be strong and be exciting and be good and keep going. And we've been taught over and over and over and over and over that we have to be strong, that we have to keep going, that the only thing we can do is to push through. And actually pushing through is really, really hard. And especially if you're neurospicy, you can't keep pushing through because you just flop in the end. We all know this. We all get overwhelmed. And the overwhelm is real, absolutely, whether you are neurospicy or not, whether you are struggling with brain fog and the menopause or not, whatever the thing is, if everything keeps coming at you like it does before Christmas, and everybody is saying, you need to be able to do this, push through, and that's how you feel inside, then you're just going to head for a complete blowout, and it's not going to help. So I'm here to give you a dose of reality. This is what I'm doing. So it could be at home. I mean, I could have just carried on with this list of all the things that we are doing and that we need to do at home. Could be getting the kids up for school. You could be doing the school run, food shopping. Oh, food shopping just goes on and on, doesn't it? Helping with homework, meal planning. Oh, that phrase, what's for tea? It's just like, I don't know. Just, oh, that whole meal planning thing is something that has been the bane of my life for a long time. Caring duties, if you're looking after parents or parents-in-law. Laundry. The number of times I have done lots of laundry and I just thought, why can't we just be naked? I'm just going to send them all out naked and I don't care anymore because I'm fed up of doing the washing. Cleaning, as soon as you finish, you start again. It's like the fourth bridge. There's all these things that, yes, if you have a partner, you might share a lot of these things with your partner, but a lot of it still comes down to you. It's just real life, isn't it? And that's just home. Once you start looking at running your own business and maybe being a single solopreneur, I don't like that word, but a single person running a business, one hit wonder, if you like. No, not a one hit wonder. That's not the right word, is it? I can't think of it. But if you are the person in charge and it's just you and it's down to you, then you've also got things like client calls, deadlines, paperwork, Zoom calls, networking, marketing, the admin mountain, so many things, and guilt. And let's face it, guilt is a massive one. It's a massive one in terms of business, in terms of home, in terms of looking after yourself, looking after everybody else. So that's what we're getting away from. And I think Christmas, as much as I love Christmas, it's one of my favourite times of year, but it can also be the guilt time of year, can't it, as well? So I'm going to try and stop talking a bit so we can actually get on and do some work together and get this done. What we're going to look at tonight is what matters most to you at this time of year. So which projects are you doing in your work, in your business, that really light you up? What are the things that you've been doing that actually you absolutely love and you would hate to lose because it's part of you? What are those ones that really light you up? Which obligations are there that you feel you really should do? There's some things, especially around family time, especially around Christmas, there are things that you should do. You should go and visit Aunt Mabel. You should go, and you feel like you should every year go and be on the PTA committee and help with the Christmas fair at school because you always have, so you feel you always should do those kind of things. And then the other thing we're going to look at is what I can park, pause, or let go completely. Okay, so tonight we're looking back. We're looking at what you've done this year and where you are now, what's on your list at the moment of all the things you're doing and what you've been doing for the last, I don't know, say 3 months even, and how that has affected you and what you can do. Now, this picture on the left-hand side is your printout for today, which is your Let It Go. So there are some prompts there that you can make notes in or you can make notes with. There's a little energy scale here, which I really like. If I just put that one on for a minute, there we go, that's it, big, so you can see it properly. Just have a think right now where you are on that energy scale. Maybe where you are today, and then where you are, if you go into your head and you think about, okay, the 1st of December, what feelings does that bring to you? What does that give you? Is it excitement because it's nearly Christmas? Is it, by then I'll have had to sort out advent calendars, I'll have had to do this, I'll have had to do that? Are you fired up festive rocket? Are you a twinkly tree? a half-eaten mince pie, a tangled fairy lights, or crumpled cracker. Okay, so just have a think about on that energy scale where you are. And we'll come back to that later in the week. Think about how you're feeling right now and about how you like to feel when it gets to Christmas. Okay, so if I put that one back on for a second. Okay, the other side of this here is your ChatGPT prompt. Now, if I go into the comments, hopefully, I'm hoping that I can cut and paste that into the chat. I'm not sure I can, but I think I can pop it into the video details, maybe. I wonder if I put it in here. You should have this already. It should already be on your... oh, there we go. It's come up in various little bits. I don't know why, but it's come up in sections. So if you just go down and you just copy all of those different sections, it should, I'm hoping, it should be able to give you the whole prompt if you haven't got it with you. I don't know why you won't let me put it in that chat, but anyway. I think it's too long. I think that's probably it. That will be why. Okay. So hopefully you have access to that. Let me know if you don't, and I will work on that. Now, the next thing to do is to go to, let me share screen. If I go to, here we go, share. Hello. Okay, I've gone to ChatGPT. This is, I went through and asked ChatGPT to give me some ideas of what people might say. So the questions it asked here were, which projects no longer matter or don't need finishing this year? And I also asked it to answer as well. So it said, I thought I'd redesign my website before Christmas, but honestly, that can wait. I've also been hanging on to the idea of launching a podcast, but it's just not happening this side of New Year. So you can see the kind of conversations you have. The thing I would say is that the more information you put in, the more you answer the questions, the more detail you put in, the more you will get out of it. So the more you can do, the more you will get out. Okay. I would also say that you can start a new conversation is the word. Start a new conversation with each for the start of this, and then each day we will add on to it. Okay. So this is, I'm going to start a new one because I did this before. And if I I'm going to go to a new chat, and I'm literally going to copy and paste it into there. Okay. So can you help me create a not this year list? Here are some areas I'd like to reflect on. So that's just the prompt that was sent out to you. And then I'm going to upload that, and it will help me by asking questions one at a time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let you work along with this. I'm going to do mine, and then we'll come back afterwards and we'll see how we're getting on. Okay. The other thing I might do is see if I can get that prompt to copy into the chat box for you as well. That would be very useful, wouldn't it? So I will do that as well. Okay. Just in case you are working along, I have split the prompt into 4 sections so you can copy and paste each one. It won't let me do anything longer than that. So you can cut and paste each one into ChatGPT if you need to do that as you go along. If you are watching this later on replay, I will have already put that whole prompt underneath the video in the little righty bit at the bottom. Okay. How's everybody doing? I hope you're working through. As I'm going through, I'm answering the questions, but I'm also focusing on what I'm doing for home as well as what I'm doing for the business. So I'm doing both at the same time. Okay, well, I have finished mine, and at the end of it, it's spat out. It's come out with my not this year or let it go list, and it's broken it down into projects, tasks, obligations, distractions, and habits. So things that I have been doing that I could do with letting go. And then at the end, it says, this feels calm, clear and freeing. It's not about giving up, it's about choosing focus, which is right. Would you like me to reshape this list into a pretty printable not this year sheet that you can keep by your desk so it feels more like a permission slip than a to-do list? I quite like that. So I might just say yes, please. And see how that works, what it comes out with. Now then, while that is working, let me... Okay, I think here it is just produced. Yeah, it literally has just created. Can I share that? Stop screen. Hello. Share screen, and I should be able to share the PDF. So literally all it's done is just put that onto a sheet, which is fine. But what I would like it to do is, let's remove that and go back to, oh no, remove that and go back to, stop screen. This is the one I want. There we go. So this is what we've been looking at. So by the end of this, you should know, I know, I've gone through that. I've done it reasonably quickly. You can obviously pause, you can spend as much time, you can go backwards and forwards, you can put as much detail in as you want. Like I said before, the more detail that you include, the better. So what are you choosing to let go this year? Is there something, maybe something work-wise and something personal? Maybe there's more than one thing. There's quite a few things there for me that I can let go, that I can not do, and that I can kind of tinker with, that I can change the focus of slightly. So if there is something that you have chosen to let go, either for now or forever, whichever, put it in the comments. I will still see them. I will come back and have a look at the comments if you write in there at some point when you're watching this, when you're going through this yourself, okay? I'd be really interested to know. Hopefully you have got your let it go sorted. So this sheet, you've been looking at what's been weighing you down. What can you say no to this year? Where are you overcomplicating things? And what can I press pause on until January? Okay, that's what you're looking at. Okay. So Karen, hi. Happy birthday. You shouldn't be here. You should be off eating birthday cake somewhere. But it's lovely to see you. So yes, the other thing is, have you chosen your one or two priorities? So from all that you've brought out there, from all the things that you have condensed, that you've thought about, things that you're letting go, things that you're going to just not mind at the moment, things that are going to be put on the back burner maybe, you should now have a much clearer direction of, okay, if you got rid of that, and you got rid of this, and you postpone that, and you pause that, the things that are left, the little shining baubles that are left, are your priorities. So they are your star at the top of the Christmas tree this year. Those are your important priorities. I personally would choose one business one and one personal one. So it could be family, or it could just be something for you. It could be a self-care for you. But one business, one personal, two priorities that you have. So for tomorrow, that's your homework, is to work through this and to pull out your two priorities of things that you want to achieve by Christmas. So by the time we get to Christmas, whether you decide that's going to be 10 weeks or 11 weeks or 12 weeks, however much time you want to allot in there, I want you to decide what your 2 priorities are. Okay, so that's what you need tomorrow. You need to know those 2 things. So tomorrow we will be looking at juggling and simplifying, which sounds great, doesn't it? Juggle and simplify just means, it sounds like it just juggle with one ball. That'd be much simpler, wouldn't it? So we will be looking at that tomorrow. We'll be looking at the strategy of picking out going forward what we're going to do and how we break those strands down. Now that you've got rid of a lot of stuff, you've gone back, I'm not suggesting that in this half hour here you've managed to review the whole of the year and think, yes, I want to get rid of that, yes, I want to pause this. There will be a lot of thinking that goes on. So the advantage to doing this each day means that you've worked your way through it, you've answered some questions, you've been prompted to think about it, and your brain will keep working. Your brain will keep thinking, oh, I could do that, I could leave that. Actually, that's not that important. Your brain needs to get used to that idea as well. So by tomorrow, there will be things that you're going to just pause, just leave for now, and then you're going to focus on those 2 beautiful baubles before Christmas, a work one and a home one, things that you absolutely want to make sure are done to the best of your ability, either finished if it's a task, or created, or whatever it is, depending on what your priorities are, but are absolutely high polished baubles before Christmas, because those are your 2 priorities. And then tomorrow we'll look at those 2 things and how to juggle them and how to simplify them, how to simplify what needs to happen to make that happen. Okay, so that's where we're going tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. I will be back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow as I work through mine. I will make sure that the prompt that we talked about tonight is in the blurby bit underneath this video, and I will put it in there for tomorrow before we start as well, so that's easier. If you have any questions before then, just shout. I'm at the end of an email. Jill@theneurospicyhub.com is where I am, so just shout at me if you need me, and I will see you tomorrow, or on email, or however works for you. Okay, don't forget, this is done in a way that works for you. I will see you soon. Night night.